say? If someone says to you, would you think you're a good person? Tell me honest, what would you say?
No, of course not.
Of course not? Okay. And what would you say?
I already know it because I've been
I know, I
with
thought
them
you
for a
kind
while.
of, yeah, I saw that.
I've
So,
been with them for a while, so...
you're this man. So what would you say? Be honest now. What would you say? You would. How about you? What would you say? I didn't ask you if you were perfect. I asked you, would you consider yourself being a good person?
Damn good person.
No. Okay. So what makes you a bad person then, if you're not good?
I don't smoke pot.
Oh, that's what he said. That was funny.
You don't smoke pot.
I don't.
Okay. So only people who don't smoke pot then.
I make mistakes.
Tough, isn't it? Huh?
Mistakes.
The mistakes. Okay. So what are some of the mistakes? You ever tell a lie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Ninth Commandment says not to tell a lie, right? You've done that.
Yeah.
And what do they call people who do that?
Liar.
Yeah, very good. Eighth commandment said we're not to steal. Don't take anything that's not yours, regardless of its value, big or small. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about you? Quiet one there. Come on, you can join in. You're old enough. Have you ever taken anything that wasn't yours?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Oh, you know that. Okay, cool. And what do they call people who do that?
Stealer.
Huh?
Thief.
Thieves. Very good. How about the third one? We heard you talking about blasphemy. You know, where people take God's name and they swear.
Yeah, I do
Get
that.
JDJC. Yeah. Okay. Look, help me with that one. Why? What is it that we have to take God's name and use it to swear? What did he do to us? Why not use Saddam Hussein's name or Adolf Hitler? I mean, they were the bad guys, right? God gave us everything we have, and yet our culture has been going on for a long time. Constantly want to use his name as a swear word. Some people, it's almost every other word out of their mouth. I got a friend of mine, man, I mean, it's like after we've done enough already, you know. What gives him this motion, that he has to be like that? So hopefully you understand it, because the Bible is very clear about it. This is a scary one. It says God will not hold you guiltless if you take his name in vain. What does that mean? It means you're guilty. Right? If you're not held guiltless, you're guilty just by swearing out one thing you do. So I hope you can work on that one. And the last one, I have to say you're old enough, is what Jesus said about the seventh commandment. He said, you've heard it said of old, you shall not commit adultery. He says, but I say to you, if you just look at another person and lust after them, you know, like sexual desires, you've already committed adultery with them in your heart. So he knows our hearts. You know, we can't fool God. So based on that, if you admitted to all four, what's your first name again?
TJ.
Was it?
TJ.
TJ. Oh, that's cool. I got a friend in the what do you call it? I can't remember this country, that Iranish country, Pakistan, and his name is Turjurgian Jerumbama, and I call him TJ. It's pretty cool. So if that is what you've admitted to, and now you have to face God, you get some wacko jumps the curb and he kills us right now, and you're facing, you know, how do you think he's gonna find you? You've already admitted to breaking 4. Do you think you'd be innocent or guilty? What do you think? You're guilty, right? How about you? Come on, you're a pretty girl, younger, but still, right? Look what you've done. You've fooled around and you messed up with God's laws, so you'd be guilty. So then where would God have to send somebody who was guilty? Heaven or hell?
Hell, I guess.
Not a guess.
I said hell, I guess.
I know, I heard that. I was like, it could be, maybe, I don't know, not for sure. I mean, heaven or hell?
Hell.
Yeah, no, does that concern anybody here but me? Does it concern you? Have you thought about what hell was like? Maybe that's the problem. I find a lot of people I talk to, they have no clue what hell is like. People have told me this is hell. Now I look at them and you got to be kidding me. The good time we're having, this is hell? Come on, man, you go to parties, you get drunk, this is hell? No, the Bible is clear. It says hell is a place where your thirst is never quenched. And he knows that. That's cool. What does that mean? We got 126 degrees or 124 degrees in Arizona one time. They couldn't even have the planes fly. It's so hot. How about 12,000? Think about that. Being 12,000 degrees. It said thirst never quenched. It said there constant gnashing of teeth. Worms never die. Total darkness and a lake of fire for eternity. Not fun, is it? That's hell. That's why we're out here. You know, if we really understand that, would you want anybody to be going to hell?
No.
Right, thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome response. Yeah, because we're supposed to love one another. So how do you have to help people? So you have to warn them. So maybe you have to offer them glow sticks to get their attention, and then you can maybe do that. But that's the point. Whatever way you can do it, at least you have to do that. So understanding that, what did God do for us? Do you know what God did for us that we wouldn't have to go to hell? Huh? Any idea?
He sent his son.
You what?
He sent his son.
Okay, it's kind of an answer, a little bit confusing, but think about it. He sent his son Jesus Christ. Right? Yeah, he died. You got that right. He died. Well, did he just die? Because we're all going to die, so that doesn't sound right. No, he didn't just die. He was what? Brutally beaten. He was humiliated by his own people Think about that. What the torture he went through, not just physically, but mentally. Just to save a scumbag like me. Think about that, right? How awesome that was. And so we treat it so lightly that, oh, he just died. No, he was brutally beaten, he suffered, he paid the fine for the crimes that I committed. And now that you're admitting you committed. Eh? That's the only way we can get set free. Because we can't pay our own fine. We can't do the time that's good enough to pay for all the sins that we've committed. They're there. They're not going to go away because we change our lifestyle. Do you understand that? So the only way is, it's very clear about it, you have to repent. Jesus said that himself. Unless you repent, you will perish. So we have to repent, and then you put your trust in him alone. See, nobody else. There's a lot of religions out there, get it? And they have all their little, and this is what you got to do, you got to do it. It has baloney. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ alone for the forgiveness of your sins. He said, when that happens, your slate's wiped clean. Wouldn't that be cool? Slate wiped clean. Like it never happened. Got it? Make sense? That's how you get the glow stick, because you didn't qualify, did you? You didn't qualify. You didn't prove to be a good person, even though you said, well, I think I'm not. We validated that. Yeah, we know you're not. So we get the glow stick because of grace. It's in the Bible. It's very clear. Ephesians 2:8-9. So by grace you've been saved. It's a gift from God, not of works, so that no man can boast. So all you got to do is reach up and take the one you want. In your case, you can take two. Come on. Come on. It's grace. There you go. Yeah, you don't have to take it. See, it's being offered freely. Have another one. You guys were cool. I love how you answered. Yeah, you're cool. I want to give you something to read as well, because I think it helps you out maybe a little later on tonight. I don't know, you take a look at it and see what it says. See if it validates what it says. See if it makes sense to you. Hopefully that God would open your eyes and that you understand that, truly what it means to repent. And I don't know if this is your girlfriend or your wife, whatever, but if she's just your girlfriend, no more fooling around. You keep yourself pure to the end. You know, when you get married, that's different. But until then, honor God and honor each other. And that would be awesome that you could do that. That truly shows how much love you have for each other. Don't be like the culture who throws it at you and you go, oh, big deal. That's wrong. It's a big deal to God. So that's just the one area. And of course, you're not going to lie. You're not going to say, right? I mean, you're going to honor God and whatever you do. Make sense? Amen. Let me shake your hand. That's cool. That was great. Thank you a lot. Really appreciate it. Joe, read that first.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Just one. No, I'm only kidding.
So what about people who don't know Christ? Like, say
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that. What about people who don't know Christ?
Yeah.
Well,
Don't know anything about him.
I guess, like I said, the thing I've always said is if you really are concerned with that question about what about people who don't know, then you got to be out there telling them. Remember I said earlier, people say, what about the ones that are